Don't worry about the future. The future has a habit of showing up, whether you're ready or not. Some people lose sleep over it. They sit up late, staring at the ceiling, asking, what if it doesn't work out? But here's the truth. The future doesn't respond to worry. It responds to work. It responds to discipline. It responds to preparation. See, the future isn't a mystery. It's a mirror. It reflects what you're doing right now. So don't spend today wondering what tomorrow will bring. Spend today building something worth bringing into tomorrow. Because the best way to predict the future is to design it. Have you ever sat alone, late at night, thinking about the future, wondering where life is heading, how it's all going to turn out? You stare at the ceiling and your mind starts asking questions. What if I don't make it? What if things go wrong? What if I lose everything? We've all been there. But let me tell you something, my friend. The future is not something to be feared. It's something to be prepared for. Because worry doesn't change tomorrow. It only steals today. See, the future isn't this big mysterious fog that we're supposed to tiptoe into. The future is built one day, one decision, one habit at a time. You don't wait for it. You shape it. You don't predict it. You design it. And the way you live today tells the truth about how your tomorrow will look. Now, I meet people all the time who say, Jim, I'm worried about what's coming. And I say, stop worrying about what's coming and start working on who's coming. Because it's not the future that determines your success. It's you. The calendar doesn't decide your destiny. Your character does. Your habits, your values, your preparation, that's the real forecast of your future. Worry is a thief. It sneaks in quietly, and before you know it, it's taken your peace, your joy, your energy, and for what? For things that haven't even happened yet. See, worry doesn't empty tomorrow of its troubles. It empties today of its strength. It's like sitting in a rocking chair. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. So here's what I learned. Don't waste another moment worrying about the future. Invest that same energy into preparing for it. Because the future doesn't respond to fear. It responds to faith. It responds to discipline. It responds to effort. If you plant good seeds today, you'll harvest something beautiful tomorrow. But if you spend today worrying about weeds, you'll never plant at all. The future is like a garden. You can't control the weather, but you can control the planting. You can't stop the seasons, but you can prepare for them. You can't control the storm, but you can build a stronger roof. That's called wisdom. That's called preparation, and it's available to everyone. When I was young, I used to think the future was luck, that some people were just born into it. But then I learned something life-changing. Success is not a secret. It's not magic. It's not chance. It's discipline. It's design. It's doing today what will matter tomorrow. And when you understand that, worry disappears. Because you realize you're not a victim of the future, you're an architect of it. So don't worry about the future. Don't live in fear of what might happen. Live in preparation for what will happen. Don't say, I hope it works out. Say, I'll make it work. Don't wait for life to be easy. Work on becoming stronger. Because it's not about predicting the future. It's about preparing for it. You can't control every outcome, but you can control your outlook. You can't change every event, but you can change your response. That's the power of personal responsibility. And when you take responsibility for your future, worry loses its power. Because now, you're not sitting in fear. You're standing in faith. You're no longer waiting for things to happen. You're making things happen. Remember this. The future will always reward the person who prepares for it. It won't reward the worrier. It rewards the worker. It rewards the thinker. It rewards the doer. So today, stop worrying. Start building. Start designing. Start preparing. Because when tomorrow arrives, and it will arrive, you'll meet it not with fear, but with confidence. You'll meet it with peace. You'll meet it with purpose. You'll meet it with the quiet satisfaction of knowing you did what needed to be done. Don't worry about the future. Just be ready for it. And if you do, you'll find that the future you once feared has become the life you were always meant to live. Success doesn't start when the spotlight hits. It starts long before that. It starts in the quiet hours. It starts in the unseen moments. It starts with preparation. See, most people want the reward, but few want the routine. They want the harvest, but they skip the planting. They want success, but they neglect the work that builds it. Preparation is the bridge between dreams and reality, between what you want and what you're willing to do for it. The truth is, the future always belongs to the prepared. The prepared mind sees opportunity before others do. The prepared heart stays calm when pressure rises. The prepared person doesn't get lucky. They get ready. Preparation gives you confidence. It gives you clarity. It gives you power. You can face uncertainty without fear because you've already done the work. You've studied. You've practiced. You've built the habits. So when life throws a curveball, you don't panic. You pivot. You see, preparation is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary performers. You can't just show up at the Olympics and win. You train for years. You prepare your body, your mind, your spirit. That's how champions are made. It's not about the event. It's about the effort before the event. Every result we admire is built on a foundation we rarely see. The speech that moves people was practiced 100 times. The business that looks overnight was built over a decade. The person who seems calm under pressure was once nervous, but they prepared. Preparation builds courage. Courage builds confidence. Confidence builds results. Now, here's the mistake most people make. They wait for opportunity before they prepare. They say, when I get the job, I'll study. When I get the promotion, I'll learn to lead. When I have more money, I'll get serious. But that's not how life works. Opportunity doesn't make you ready. Preparation makes you ready for opportunity. So don't wait for the moment. Create the moment. Be ready before it comes. Be ready when it knocks. Because when opportunity arrives, it doesn't stay long. And the ones who are prepared are the ones who open the door. Preparation is also an act of faith. It's believing in a future you can't see yet. It's saying, I'll be ready because I trust that something good is coming. That's powerful. When you prepare, you tell life, I'm expecting something great, and life responds to that energy. It rewards readiness. It honors commitment. It blesses consistency. But let me warn you, preparation isn't always exciting. It's repetitive. It's quiet. It's often lonely. You might spend months working. Before anyone notices your progress, you might have to practice in private before you ever perform in public. But that's okay, because preparation is where strength is born. It's where skills are sharpened. It's where discipline is built. When no one's watching, that's when champions are made. See, it's easy to get excited about the dream, but it takes maturity to get serious about the details. Don't just dream of success. Prepare for it. Don't just hope for growth. Study for it. Don't just wish for better days. Work for them. Because the dream is free, but the discipline is sold separately. And preparation is the down payment. So how do you prepare? Start small. Start daily. Start now. Read the book. Learn the skill. Make the plan. Practice your craft. Wake up early. Stay late if you must. Do what needs to be done until it becomes who you are. Preparation doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for progress. Every day, take a step toward readiness. Because every step adds up. Consistency turns effort into excellence. I like what one old farmer told me once. He said, Jim, you don't get the harvest you want. You get the harvest you prepare for. Simple truth. If you plant corn, you get corn. If you plant nothing well, weeds come for free. So plant good habits. Plant strong routines. Plant faith, discipline, and effort. And when the season changes, you'll reap what you've sown. That's the law of the harvest, and the law never fails. So let me remind you, preparation is power. Preparation is peace. Preparation is purpose in action. It's the difference between anxiety and assurance, between chaos and confidence. The unprepared person worries. The prepared person works. And when you've done the work, you don't have to fear the future, because you know, deep down, you're ready for it. Don't just wish for a better life. Prepare for one. Don't wait for success. Work for it. Because when your moment arrives, and it will, you'll look back and realize that every quiet hour, every small effort, every act of preparation wasn't wasted time. It was the foundation of your future. Don't worry about the future. Prepare for it. That's where your power lives. That's where your peace begins. And that's how you turn possibility into destiny. Worry. It's one of the most common and most wasted human emotions. We all do it. We worry about the bills. We worry about our health. We worry about our children, our future, our work, our reputation. But here's the truth. Worry doesn't change anything. It doesn't add. It only subtracts. It subtracts your energy. It subtracts your focus. It subtracts your joy. Worry doesn't take the pain out of tomorrow. It only takes the peace out of today. And I'll tell you something I've learned, my friend. The problem is not the problem. The problem is how much time you spend worrying about the problem. See, worry is a misuse of imagination. It's taking that powerful, creative mind of yours and turning it against yourself. Instead of dreaming of what could go right, you start imagining everything that could go wrong. You build movies in your mind, not of success, but of failure, not of joy, but of fear. And guess what? Your body believes what your mind tells it. You start living out stories that haven't even happened. Now, I'm not saying don't care. Caring is different. Caring says, I'll act. Worry says, I can't. Caring moves you forward. Worry holds you back. Caring looks for solutions. Worry creates confusion. So the goal isn't to stop caring. It's to stop wasting energy on things you can't control. Here's what worry really is. It's an attempt to control the uncontrollable. It's trying to manage the weather when you should be managing your attitude. You can't control the rain, but you can carry an umbrella. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sail. You can't control how other people act, but you can control how you respond. That's the truth about worry. It thrives where control ends. So if you want to end worry, you have to start accepting. Some things are simply not your job. Now, when I was younger, I used to think worry was a sign of responsibility. If I worried about something, it meant I cared. But that's not true. Worry is not responsibility. It's fear in disguise. And fear doesn't produce action. It produces paralysis. I learned that worry is like sitting in a rocking chair. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. You get tired, but you don't make progress. That's the great deception of worry. It makes you feel like you're doing something, but you're not. So what's the cure? The cure for worry is action. Simple as that. You can't think your way out of worry. You have to work your way out of it. When you start acting, planning, preparing, moving, worry starts losing its grip because the mind can't hold both fear and focus. At the same time, action replaces anxiety. Progress replaces panic. When you start doing, your brain says, we're moving forward now. And worry, it gets left behind. Let me tell you a secret. The people who worry the least are not the people with perfect lives. They're the people who have learned to trust their preparation. They've built habits. They've built skills. They've built faith. So when challenges come, and they will come, they don't crumble. They stay calm. They stay centered. They stay ready. Because worry doesn't visit the prepared mind. Worry, my friends, is expensive. It costs you sleep. It costs you peace. It costs you progress. And most of the time, what you worried about, never even happens. How many times have you said, wow, I wasted all that energy for nothing? So why not make a new decision today? Instead of asking, what if it all goes wrong? Ask, what if it all goes right? What if this works out better than I expected? What if today's problem is preparing me for tomorrow's purpose? See, the question you ask determines the life you live. So ask better questions. Trade your fear for faith. Trade your worry for work. Trade your doubt for discipline. I'll tell you one more truth about worry. It's contagious. If you spend time around worriers, you'll start catching it like a cold. So be careful who you share your energy with. Surround yourself with people who plan, who prepare, who believe. People who say, we'll find a way. Instead of, I hope it doesn't fall apart. Because faith and fear both ask you to believe in something you can't see. The difference is, faith works for you. Worry works against you. So what's the real truth about worry? It's useless. It's unproductive. And it's unnecessary. You can't live a rich, fulfilled life while you're chained to worry. So let it go. Trade it in for trust. Replace it with preparation. Replace it with prayer. Replace it with persistence. Because when you stop worrying, you start living. And that's when life begins to open up. You start noticing opportunities. You start moving with confidence. You start building the kind of future you used to only dream about. So today, make the choice. Don't feed your worry. Feed your faith. Feed your discipline. Feed your preparation. Because worry doesn't build the future. You do. And when you learn to stop worrying, you'll discover that the peace you were searching for was waiting for you all along. When life gets hard, most people wish for it to get easier. But here's the truth. Don't wish for easy. Work on being better. Don't wish the challenge away. Develop the strength to meet it. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens in resistance. Just like a tree that grows strongest in the wind, you grow strongest when life blows against you. That's how life works. The struggle shapes you. The hardship refines you. The obstacle trains you. Everyone wants success. But few want the struggle that creates success. Everyone wants strength. But few want the strain that builds it. See, growth is not a gift. It's a decision. A decision to keep showing up. When quitting would be easier. A decision to keep learning. When comfort would be safer. A decision to take responsibility. Instead of making excuses. That's the price of growth. And it's always worth it. Here's what I've learned. Life will test you. Again and again. It will test your patience, your courage, your commitment. And every test has one question written on it. Will you grow? Not will you win? Not will you look good doing it? Just will you grow? Will you use this challenge to get stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more grateful? Because that's what the test is really for. Growth is what turns pain into progress. It's what turns failure into wisdom. It's what turns pressure into purpose. Without growth, pain just hurts. With growth, pain teaches. Without growth, failure just stings. With growth, failure strengthens. It's not what happens that defines you. It's what you learn from what happens. So, when life knocks you down, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because the lesson you learn in defeat is often what equips you for victory. Now, growth doesn't come automatically. It's intentional. It's daily. Just because you get older doesn't mean you grow wiser. Time doesn't make you better. Learning does. Reflection does. Adjustment does. Growth happens when you take the time to review your day and ask, what worked, what didn't? What can I do better tomorrow? That's how ordinary days turn into extraordinary lives. Growth also requires humility. You can't grow if you think you already know. You have to stay teachable. Stay curious. Stay open, because pride closes doors, but humility opens them. Every person you meet knows something you don't. Every book you read can show you something new. Every mistake you make is a mirror reflecting what still needs work. Don't run from that mirror. Learn from it. Growth begins when you stop defending your limitations and start developing your potential. Now let's talk about resilience. Resilience is growth under pressure. It's the ability to bend without breaking, to adapt without losing who you are. Life won't always go as planned. You'll face setbacks. You'll lose things. You'll face people who doubt you. But remember, you are not defined by what happens to you. You're defined by how you respond. That's resilience. The quiet strength to keep moving, even when you're tired. To keep believing, even when the evidence is thin. To keep planting, even when the harvest seems far away. Resilience doesn't mean you never feel pain. It means you don't live there. You acknowledge it. You face it. You learn from it. Then you keep going. Because winners aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who keep getting up. Every time life knocks you down, you have two choices. Stay there or grow there. If you grow there, you rise a little stronger each time. And eventually, you realize the storm that was sent to break you was actually sent to build you. Growth is also about stretching your vision. Don't just focus on surviving. Focus on becoming. Ask yourself, who am I becoming through this season? Because every experience, good or bad, is shaping something in you. Maybe it's patience. Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's self-control. Maybe it's faith. Growth is not always visible, but it's always valuable. Just because you can't see the roots doesn't mean the tree isn't growing. Sometimes your biggest growth is happening underground. Here's something else I've learned. Growth requires discomfort. You can't expand inside your comfort zone. It's cozy there, but nothing grows in comfort. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Growth is where they come alive. So stretch yourself. Take the risk. Face the fear. Don't run from the hard conversations. Don't avoid the honest feedback. Don't hide from the challenge. That's where you discover who you really are. And remember, growth is a lifelong process. You don't arrive. You just keep climbing. Keep learning. Keep refining. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey of constant becoming. And the beautiful thing about growth is this. The more you grow, the more you can grow. Each level of strength unlocks the next. Each lesson learned prepares you for a bigger one. That's how you build a life of mastery. One lesson at a time. So don't focus on what you've lost. Focus on what you're learning. Don't dwell on what didn't work. Focus on what's still possible. Don't waste time blaming circumstances. Focus on becoming the kind of person who can handle any circumstance. Because when you focus on growth, fear loses its voice. You stop asking, what if I fail? And start saying, what will I learn? You stop fearing change and start welcoming it. You stop waiting for life to get easier and start getting stronger. That's the power of growth. It doesn't just change what you do. It changes who you are. And once you've grown, no one can take that from you. The knowledge, the strength, the resilience, they stay with you for life. So keep growing, keep stretching, keep becoming. Because the goal isn't to have an easy life. It's to become the kind of person who can handle a difficult one with grace. And when you do that, you'll stop worrying about what's coming. Because you'll know that whatever comes, you'll grow through it. Life is not something that just happens to you. Life is something you build, piece by piece, decision by decision, day by day. And if you don't design your own life, someone else will design it for you. And guess what they'll design it for? Not for your purpose, for their convenience. That's why I say, don't drift, don't wander, don't wait for luck. Design your life. Because a life without design is like a ship without a rudder. You might be moving, but you're not going anywhere on purpose. The truth is, your future is built on a blueprint, and the blueprint is drawn by the decisions you make each day. When you choose discipline over comfort, you're designing success. When you choose learning over leisure, you're designing wisdom. When you choose faith over fear, you're designing peace. And when you choose to keep growing, even when it's hard, you're designing greatness. So ask yourself, what kind of life am I designing? Because whether you realize it or not, you're designing something. If you design nothing, you get chaos. If you design carelessly, you get regret. But if you design intentionally, you get direction. And direction is what turns time into treasure. Now, designing your life doesn't mean controlling everything. You can't control every outcome. You can't control every season. But you can control your philosophy. You can control the values that shape your decisions. You can control the habits that shape your results. You can control the vision that shapes your future. That's what design is. It's not about perfection. It's about intention. It's about saying, this is who I want to become, and then living each day in alignment with that vision. See, most people spend more time planning their weekend than they do planning their life. They know where they'll eat, what movie they'll see, who they'll meet, but they have no plan for their destiny. That's a mistake, because if you don't have a plan for your life, you'll fit into someone else's plan. And that plan probably doesn't include much. So take the time to design your life. Think deeply, plan clearly, act intentionally. Don't just make a living, make a life. Now, design begins with vision. You've got to have a clear picture of where you're heading. Without vision, you'll drift from distraction to distraction, chasing everything, but catching nothing. So sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want my life to stand for? What kind of person do I want to become? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Write it down. Make it real. Because clarity creates power. Once you know your why, the how starts showing up. Then comes discipline. Because vision without discipline is just a dream. Dreams are easy. Discipline is rare. Discipline says, I'll do what I must, even when I don't feel like it. Discipline is the daily commitment to act on your design. It's the bridge between goals and greatness. It's what turns intention into impact. And the more disciplined you become, the freer you feel. Because freedom doesn't come from avoiding responsibility. It comes from mastering it. Next comes consistency. A well-designed life is not built in bursts of inspiration. It's built in small, consistent acts of commitment. The small things you do every day, the habits, the routines, the thoughts, those are the building blocks of your design. Excellence is never one big leap. It's 1,000 small steps in the same direction. Don't underestimate the power of steady effort. Brick by brick, you build something strong. And one day, you'll look back and realize that what once looked impossible is now your daily reality. Designing your life also means embracing change, because as you grow, your design will evolve. What worked 5 years ago might not work today. What mattered in your 20s might not fulfill you in your 40s. That's okay. Design is meant to adapt, so don't fear change. Invite it, because growth and change are partners in progress. Every time you outgrow an old version of yourself, you step closer to the life you were meant to live. And remember, the purpose of design is not perfection. It's progress. A designed life doesn't mean everything goes right. It means you're headed right. Even when the road gets rough, there will be failures. There will be detours. But if your design is clear, you'll always find your way back. One of my mentors once told me, Jim, don't just count the days. Make the days count. That's what design is about. It's not waiting for the perfect moment. It's creating it. It's taking ownership of your time, your energy, your destiny. It's looking at your life and saying, this is mine to shape. This is mine to build. This is mine to live. So don't live by chance. Live by choice. Don't hope the future will be kind. Design a future worth living, because your life will always follow your philosophy, and your philosophy will always follow your preparation. When you prepare with purpose, when you grow with intention, when you act with discipline, you start building a life that reflects your best self. And one day, you'll wake up and realize the future you once feared, the future you used to worry about, has become the life you designed, a life of purpose, a life of peace, a life that says, I didn't wait for luck. I built this. That's the designed life, and that's the life you deserve.